I hope I'm ready because I just hit the start stream button. Let's see. It's of course do our usual customary I hope I'm ready because I just hit audio the check. Start stream button. I can hear myself talk. That's good. It's of course do click into my own customary stream there. Okay. I hope I'm ready because I just hit. There we go. This is so weird. I'm usually seeing Twitch issues when I'm running OBS. Is that weird? Should that be happening? Because I thought it was with a browser last time, but it's happening again. But anyway. Hello, welcome in. How's it going? We have yay guitar time, says Barney of the Rubble. Okay, so good news, bad news about guitar. I'm actually not sure if my microphone will pick up my guitar. But anyway, alright, there's nobody here yet. Okay, alright. Hold on, give me 1 second. My guitar's right over there. Six Psycho, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. Six Psycho, I don't know if you've signed a card in the new deck, but I just need to do this. Got him, Barney of the Ruffle. Holy crap! All right, hold on. Can you guys hear this? Can you guys hear that, or is my microphone software like filtering all that out? Sort of. Okay. All right. Well, sorry, Barney of the Rubble. That's as good as you're gonna get. Here you go. I don't know if that was loud, or if you needed to. But anyway, Six Psycho, welcome in. How's it going? How is everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Yes, it's an Asian playing a guitar. I mean, I literally just did a few things, but then that was it. So, good, going good, man. Hope you have been well. I've been doing pretty well for the most part. There was like about a month ago I was doing a lot worse, but I'm a lot better now. So, but let me see here. Six Psycho. I know you signed a card in the previous deck, but I don't know if you've signed a card in the current deck. So if you have not signed a card in the current deck, you get to sign a card in the current deck. So let me just double check. Yeah, you haven't signed one since the last one, I think. That's my guess, but we'll just... Chan, thank you so much for the gift sub. Oh! Alright, okay, we're gonna have to get back to this in a second. I'm not even warmed up. I haven't even put on my cheating gloves. So we're just gonna have to wing... we're just gonna have to wing it doing a okay, so guys, if you didn't know, when we have a hype train here, I have to do as much magic as fast as possible. Alright, so my usual default is, let's go ahead and just start. Okay, so let's see. If we had a person here, they could select a card. Let's pretend that that's the card that they select. Here, take a look at it. I'm going to look away. Make sure you don't know. I don't know what it is. Hopefully you guys know what it is. I'm going to go ahead and turn it face up. You know what? I don't know why I'm doing this, because I don't need to look away for this. And actually, I need to look up at it right now. So here's what we're going to do. Alright, it's the King of Clubs. Alright, so here's the thing. We're now connected to the King of Clubs. Also, I can't do it fast anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it, take it, place it in the middle of the deck, and then we're going to go ahead and snap our fingers. That's going to bring the King of Clubs back up to the top of the deck because, look, there it is. And you know it's the same one because it's signed by one of our friends. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, take it, place it in the middle of the deck, and importantly, it is currently not on the top because we didn't snap yet, right? So that's some other card. But look, if I go ahead and snap, believe it or not, that's actually going to bring it back up to the top because, look, there it is. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? The Rusty Panda, welcome in. How's it going, the Rusty Panda? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Look, some people believe that magicians will hide a card on the top or on the bottom, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and place this into the middle of this packet, grab this whole packet, place it in the middle of this packet, and importantly, it is currently not on the top, and importantly not on the bottom. But if I snap, that's going to bring it from the middle all the way back up to the top. Do you believe that? I don't know if I got a really good snap there. There we go. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? That should not happen. Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and grab some kings, and we're going to do a trick with some kings. Okay, alright. So, let's see. Here we have 4 kings. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these kings. Now, I have to expose a little bit of magic here. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and palm this card. At certain angles, you won't be able to see that there's a card in there, right? However, if I open up the windows to my hand, you'll see that I've palmed the card there. However, this trick is called the invisible palm. We're going to go ahead and palm this card, but invisibly. I don't know if you can tell, but if I show you, there's actually, you won't be able to see it, not until I place it down on the table right there, like that. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. We're going to break a rule of magic. And look, if I hold the packet, and I hold the card like this is like actually palming the card, because look, if I show you the windows. But look, now, if I go ahead and I palm this card, it's actually, look, if I open up the windows now, you won't be able to see it, not until I place it down onto the table, like that. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? And now, okay, look, we have the king of diamonds, and if I go ahead and here's the place where I've messed up this trick. Okay, so that was the king of diamonds, right? Wait, is this? Okay. Okay, this is the king. This is actually the king that we need. The king of hearts. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and place the king of hearts right there just for a second. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and palm. Oh my god, Sick Psycho, thank you so much for the gift sub. Oh my god, after this hype train is over, we're going to have to do lots of thanks. And then also a lot. I just realized I don't even know if I saved my... So I didn't even update. That's why Sick Psycho thought that. Oh, okay. So I actually had updated my. I didn't update my title yet. I'm sorry, I forgot. But anyway, 2% left. All right, thank you. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and palm this King of Hearts off of the bottom of the deck, like this. Okay. And I don't know if you can tell, but you see it right there up until I palmed it. And you won't be able to see it until I place it down onto the table. And of course, here's the other 3 kings, and we have... Or sorry. That's the king I placed. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, let's see. Level 1 complete! That means we have to go for another 5 minutes. Alright, okay. Thank you for all the support, everybody. Alright, let's go ahead and do another trick. Okay, let's see here. Okay, first things first, we're going to need a random card selected. So let's pretend it's this one. And then I'm going to go ahead... Okay, so here's one I'm actually not going to look at right now. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, turn my head, and let you take a look at this. We'll give you a second to make sure that that's the right card, or that's a card that you guys can remember. I'm going to turn it face down. Okay, alright, so hopefully you guys have got that. I'm going to go ahead and take this and place it in the middle of the deck, like so. And hopefully you guys remember what it is. Okay, we're going to lose it in there. And importantly, hopefully somebody has gotten it in chat. I've already placed it into the middle of the deck, so hopefully you've got it. But, look, all we have to do is snap, and look, that card is going to turn around facing the opposite direction. That is... What card is this? What card was the card? Please tell me. I bet you it was the 10 of Hearts. Was it the 10 of Hearts? Alright, now we have that and the kings. So I still have to be doing hype train stuff. So magic, still going as fast as possible. Alright, here we go. Boom! Alright, Chan's got the thumbs up. Thank you. Alright, so here is another trick. So we've got the 10 of Hearts, and then we've got the 4 kings that we already set aside from the previous trick. And so look, we've got the a red king, and then a black king, then a black king, and then of course the 10 of hearts. Now what I would like to do here is I'm going to go ahead and actually let me hold the 2 black kings over here. And we're going to go ahead and take the 10 and place it amongst the red kings. So here we have our 3 cards. But look, just as quickly, I'm going to palm that 10 and I'm going to sneak it away. And here we go. Because I don't know if you saw, but look, there's only 2 cards over here now. And that 10 has snuck its way in between the 2 black kings. Because these are the 2 red kings. I know, that was really fast. So, you know what? Let's do it again. So here we have our 10 of hearts. We have our 4 kings. Last time we turned all of the kings face down. So this time I'll leave the black kings face up. Okay, so black king there. The 10, here's a black king, and then there's our 10. So for this one, let's do it a little bit differently. So I want to go ahead and this time I will place the 10 directly in between the 2 black kings, like this. And then with the red kings, we're going to go ahead and smash them. I don't know if you could tell, but the red kings have now been smashed. Because if you take a look, there's actually only 1 card over here. And that 1 card, it's not a red king, it's actually the 10 of hearts. You're probably wondering where the 2 red kings are, because if you take a look, there's only 1 card in between the 2 black kings. But so here's the thing: if I just hold these by the edges and pull on the 2 sides, 1, 2, 3, that actually will rip into 2 cards. That didn't look as good as I'd like, but trying to rush magic here, and I don't know if you guys could tell, these are both the 2 red kings. All right, okay, and then. All right, let's see what is going on here. So, let's twist the kings. All right, so each of these kings is unique. There aren't any duplicates here. But what I would like to do is I'm going to go and turn up each of the kings face up, only 1 card at a time. But if I did it like this, that would be cheating because that's not how normal people would do it. That's not how magicians should do it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold the packet and give it a magical twist. That magical twist is going to turn up the king of hearts. I know, it's a little bit hard to believe, but there it is. Now I'm going to hold the packet and give it another magical twist. That's actually going to turn up the king of clubs, and you'll notice that the king of hearts has turned itself face down. Now we're going to go ahead and give it a magical twist. The king of diamonds will turn itself face up. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? And then we have one more, the king of spades, and I see that now that is the end of the hype train, but we're going to finish up this trick, of course, because we can't. You know what? There's nothing worse than not finishing. And I don't feel the urgency of the hype train, so we're going to go ahead and throw this out there. Okay, all right. Anyway, so if we take a look, there's no cards face up here because all 4 cards are face down. But even if I give it a magical twist, all the cards are still face down. However, if I give it 2 magical twists, some people would be like, yo, you just gave 3 cumulative magical twists. And I'd be like, okay, you're right. That should be enough to turn up the king of spades. And to be fair, the king of spades likes dad jokes and dirty jokes. And so therefore, it heard that joke and was like, I need to turn myself face up. And there we have it. I would call that a successful hype train. Thank you so much for all the support, everybody. That was A, super early, and B, I did not expect that. And C, thank you so much. So full disclosure, I actually had these titles last week, and I forgot. So I actually come up with an updated title, and I didn't save it. And so, but thank you so much. So I do say 2+ I guess, years and 2+ years for streaming and 2+ years for affiliate, because I should have done streaming like 2.5 months ago, and then for affiliate it was like a month and a half ago. So I guess still accurate. Okay. But anyway, thank you for the congratulations, everybody, and I'm going to go ahead and save my title what I intended it to be at this point. But now everything makes sense. So thank you for all of the support. Also, okay, so we were in the middle. So Six Psycho, thank you for the bits, and Chan the Magic Man, thank you for gifting a sub to Six Psycho, and then Six Psycho, thank you for gifting a sub to the Rusty Panda, and welcome in everybody, and thank you so much for the bits, Six Psycho, and thank you for the gift subs. Okay, all right, I thanked everybody. All right, cool. Oh my God, thank you so much for the bits, Six Psycho. All right, okay, all right. So the magician deceived me? No way. I mean, that's kind of par for the course, right? That's just how it goes. All right. Okay. Where were we? Oh, yes. Okay. I was going through the deck and seeing which cards were signed and unsigned because we have to. And of course, Chan the Magic Man signed the Queen of Clubs so that we know that Chan has signed something. And I'm putting these in the wrong pile. All right. Hang on tight. I was a little tired coming into stream, and then there's nothing to wake you up. Then like an immediate hype train when you get on. So, thank you so much. Of course, Rusty Panda is in chat, so mod here, and also Chan is also a mod here. So, GipsonLens also said hi, but he was unable to hang out because I believe he's going to a concert, or going to an event. I don't know if he's going to a concert specifically. Okay, so let me just double check and make sure that Six Psycho has not signed a card in this deck, which I don't believe he has, but we'll just be sure. And then we'll have him sign one of these. Okay, yeah, Six Psycho, you signed a card in the old deck, but not this one. So I think it was when your name was Six Psycho, like 696 or something, right? Jack of Spades! Jack of Spades. There we go. All right. Here we go. Oh man, now's the boss of the stream. I need to find my Sharpie. Where's the Sharpie? Yeah, my old name. Yes, that's right. All right, here we go. So we will sign the Jack of Spades for Six Psycho. Thank you so much for that. Also, I have not new deck, new me. That's right. Yeah, some people actually like to change their names like pretty frequently. So I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it's tough to keep track of once you have like really drastically different names. But I'm like, oh, okay, similar name, but like more stylistic, or totally works. Love it. Also, let me turn on the queue, and if anybody wants to request any tricks, you're welcome to. And let's go ahead, and I'm going to pin this guy. And of course, for anybody who has never been here before, if you would like to sign a card, you can sign a card, and if you're in and you request a trick, I'll try my best to use your card if possible. There are some tricks in which I may not be able to use this deck, but if I can use your card, then I will try. So, all right. So now, let me just not misspell Six Psycho's name here. All right. We can go ahead and sign it Six Psycho right here. So here we go. Sick. Gotta get this part right. Psi. C. K. O. All right. There we have Jack of Spades, signed by our friend Six Psycho. All right. Cool. What if I gifted a sub earlier? Chan, you have signed the Queen of Clubs. Thank you so much for the gift sub. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go, says Six Psycho. All right. While we are here, let's do shout-outs for everybody. Guys, you're not following all of our friends and mods in chat. I'm going to start shouting everybody out. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man. Please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. He normally does Magic Mondays, so go ahead and give him a follow. Check him out tomorrow. And yeah, let's see here. Guys, if you're not following our friend Six Psycho, please give Six Psycho a follow. Six Psycho is a variety gamer, and I've jumped in on a bunch of games before. Not recently, unfortunately, but I remember him playing DJ Max, introducing me to, I think it was like some auto battler that I was not aware of. And then I did lurk like in one or two other ones, but I don't think I said anything. Let's see, guys. You're not following our friend and our friend and mod Rusty Panda. Please give the Rusty Panda a follow. The Rusty Panda is a mod for Magic Twitch and also is a streamer as well. Does a bunch of things such as singer-songwriter. Also does interview streams on Wednesdays, normally known as Wiki Wednesday. So please give the Rusty Panda a follow. All right, let's see. And also, I don't know if I think I said hi, Jesse Nicole, but I don't know if I said welcome in, Jesse Nicole. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. How's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully everybody's doing well. I had a pretty decent weekend, mostly taking care of my kid because my wife worked both work weekend days, so it was basically filled with hanging out with my daughter and getting the pool ready for closing. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Also, if you guys are not following our friend Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Oh, Chan's already on top of it. Man. Guys, Charlie has been known to stream before in the past. Haven't seen him stream lately. However, I like to call him now a music Twitch famous chatter because he's basically in all the chats of Twitch musicians that I hang out in. So, yeah. No worries. I'm hanging in there. I'm in a boot hut. Aside from that, I'm okay. Awesome, Jesse Nicole. Oh, by the way, Jesse Nicole, congratulations on winning InfoZar's deck giveaway last night. So that was fun. And then, Chan, congratulations that you got a chance to meet Jack in real life. I saw that video on your YouTube channel. So, we had half of Magic. Well, actually, I think there might be more to Magic Twitch now, but thank you. I was surprised. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised if like the chances of winning are just, I don't know how many people were entered, but it was like 1 in like 30 people maybe. So, I mean, it's like way better than the lottery. So, all right, cool. So, while we are here, let's go ahead and there's a trick that I'm trying to perform every single stream, so we're just going to get that done right away. And let us begin. Okay, so look, this is the basic coin matrix. Uses 4 cards, 4 coins, and all we're going to do is try and make the coins teleport into each different corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cover each coin, and then as we cover each coin, we're going to go ahead and straighten out each pile. And watch very carefully. It will happen pretty quickly. I'm going to make this one jump from here up to there. Okay, ready? Whoa! Look at that, E-Room. Welcome, E-Room. With that bang, that coin has scared itself from one corner to another. Look, we're going to do it again. Hopefully there's no bullet shot this time. Okay, and the last one. There we go. Hey! What an entrance, E-Room. Welcome in. And guys, that was the basic coin matrix. And let's go ahead and shout out our friend E-Room. Hey, E-Room, how's it going? Man, Chan, you're a little bit faster than me today. Chan's getting it. All right. Guys, you're not following our friend eRoom. eRoom, also known as Mike, but eRoom, known as the Pope of Indiana, has done in real life streams, has opened a bunch of things just on his stream, has done community games, and so you have no idea what he's going to be doing at any given time. But if you just want, like, you never know what you're going to get, box of chocolates kind of thing, give eRoom a follow. There you go. Anyway, thanks for coming in, eRoom. How are you doing? Not gonna lie, that bang startled me a little bit. Also, if anybody has been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated in a bit, please hydrate because you know, you gotta stay hydrated. Okay, whew, all right. Okay, let's see here. And let me just see if my browser is still frozen or I'll have to do a thing. Nope, okay, that's good. All right, everything's working. Okay, I'm going to be doing a, let me see here. I probably shouldn't have shuffled away all the kings because I could use the four of a kind, but you know what? Let's just get the aces instead. Okay, so I have set aside 4 cards, and we are going to go ahead and get a card selected. I did this last stream, but it was quote-unquote unrefined. To be fair, I still think it's unrefined, but we're going to do it again anyway. Okay, we're going to need a card selected, and we're not in a hype train, so I can take my time now. All right. All right. Oh, you can't see, like, these cards right here. Okay, if you are on desktop and you would like to help select a card, besides the helper cards that are in this pile, go ahead and click directly on your screen, and one of these cards will be selected. Let's see, eRoom says, "Lol, all good here. Just tried to film the Lego magic trick I made. A levitating table? Dude, levitating table is really cool. If anybody else has not seen like a real life levitating table trick, they're really cool. I'm gonna wait to see if vid turned out. If so, I'm gonna tear the set apart and make something else. Lol. Ooh. All right, we have 2 selections. So let's start with, let's see, we have this one. And then we have this one. Okay. I'm trying to think if I can do this with 2 cards. I think we're going to try and do this with 2 cards. Okay. eRoom says, I have a clip of it on eRoom page. Oh, but I tried to get better footage of it. Oh, okay. All right, so normally I would do this trick with 1 card, but for right now, because I love you all and I am feeling spry, let's go ahead and try and do this trick with 2 cards. I'm actually doing mental gymnastics in my head to try and adapt it. But I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, turn my head, cough, sorry, and then we're going to go ahead and reveal these 2 cards. Take a look at them. Make sure that you guys know what it is. If you need to write it down, if you write it in chat, I mean, I'm not going to get upset at you, but I'm not looking at them, so it may give away things to me. All right, hopefully you guys have got it. I'm going to turn both cards face down, open my eyes, turn my head back. I don't know what an uncough would sound like, but because, you know, coughing is like air going out, so what's uncoughing? Anyway, sorry if that sounded disgusting. My apologies. Got it. All right, excellent. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what Chance got the. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and lose these cards into the middle of the deck. We actually have them, right? We actually have the cards. Okay, so that one's going to go in there. This one's going to go in here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is let's go ahead and Shuffle. And then we'll cut. And then let's see here. Okay, and then what do we do? Okay, so let's go ahead and give it another good riffle. Like this. Okay, and now we'll just leave that for a second. Here we go. Wait, trying to grab these heat maps. Delicious. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and importantly, you guys should now have 2 cards in your head. They should be lost in the middle of the deck. Once again, some people believe that magicians will hide a card on top of the deck or on the bottom, but actually let me just show you that they're not hiding on the top. So hopefully your card was not the 9 of spades or the 5 of hearts or the 8 of clubs. But then also on the bottom, your card was hopefully not the 6 of diamonds, the king of spades, or the 2 of clubs, right? So yeah, so hopefully that was the case. Okay, so now here's what we are going to do. I'm going to show you our 4 helper cards right here, okay? And so here's our 4 helper cards. And let me introduce, they are the 4 aces, but actually it's probably best for me to introduce them to you. So we have the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Okay, so all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck into 2 equal piles, roughly 2 equal piles. They don't have to be exact. But your cards should hopefully be either in one pile, in the other pile, or split amongst both piles. So that means there could be 1 in each. I'm going to try and use these aces as savants or predictors to try and tell me which pile or piles your cards are in. And so let me go ahead and show you. Look, here's an ace. So I'm going to go ahead and place 1 over here. Then here's another ace. We're going to go ahead and place that over here. And then we're going to go ahead and place this ace over here. And then the final ace is going to go over here. And now if we just give them a second. Now here's what should happen. They should all go towards a pile where, so normally if this trick was done with 1 card, they will all go to the pile in which that 1 card is in. But since there's 2 piles, so here's what can happen. If there are 2 aces on each pile, then that means there's 1 card in each pile. If there's all 4 in one of these piles, then both of your cards will be in that pile. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to just reveal the top 2. Ready? Hey, so there's an ace over here, but there's actually no aces on the top over here. How about the next one? All right, so look, we have a second ace over here and no aces over here. And actually, if by corollary, that means all the aces should be over here now. Oh, that's right, so here's 3 aces, and now 4 aces on this side. So now we know that all of the cards, the 2 selections, should be in this pile. Okay, so now, if you guys would like, it's now okay to tell me what the cards are, because we should not see any of those cards in this pile. So take a look. Go ahead and tell me which cards there are, the 2 selections. And I don't think they'll be in here, correct? Let me just spread those out a little bit better. Queen and 4 of diamonds. Okay, so let me see here. I don't see, there's the 4 of hearts over here, but no 4 of diamonds. And then I actually don't see any red queens. The only queen that I see over here is Chan the Magic Man's Queen of Clubs there. So, that is great news. All right, so now this part might not have been that magical, but that's okay. This next part should be. So now I'm going to use these 4 aces, and we're going to just wave them directly over this packet. And I don't know if you guys can see, but they just did some magical work underneath in this packet. Because now if I spread this, you're going to see something. You're going to see 2 cards facing in the opposite direction. And if we take a look, there's no 4 of diamonds, right? Face up. And there's no queen of diamonds, even though the other red queen is queen of hearts right there. So that means these 2 face down cards should be the 4 of diamonds and the queen of diamonds. Oh, Lord! Lol. Okay. I am happy that that worked out because I've never done that with 2 cards before, and I only did it first time on stream last stream. So, yay, it worked! Okay. Glorious. Oh, man. Not gonna lie. Mental gymnastics was like, Woo! Thank you kindly for the claps and the emotes and the applause. E-Room, Jesse Nicole, Chan the Magic Man, the Rusty Panda. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. All right. Whew. Okay. That was, how shall I say, exhilarating. All right. So, first things first, I just did a ton of magic, and I didn't even use my cheating gloves. FYI, normally when I start stream, I cover my fingers with this, and I didn't do it today, and I'm doing okay. I don't want to be, like, pushing my luck, but I'm going to choose not to apply any right now, even though in my mind I'm thinking, oh, I needed some more tactility during a couple of those tricks. But, you know, it's okay. This is what informal, casual live streams are for, right? Making magic mistakes on stream. Oh yeah, that's what this is for. I don't want you to hope that I make a mistake, but... Okay, alright. Okay, looks like next up we have a request from Chan the Magic Man. Chan, thank you for the request. So here, I've set aside the 2 black queens because we already found them as part of the last trick. And then let's go ahead and give these like a... So the queens here are very good at finding cards in the deck. Now, which cards? Well, it kind of depends on the type of person you are, right? And so look, if you know that Chan the Magic Man, who is here in chat right now, is indeed a magic man. He performs magic, and for a lot of magic tricks, you will oftentimes need to find the 4 aces. And so if I show you here that if we have Chan the Magic Man and his partner in crime, the Queen of Spades, trying to find one of the aces, all we have to do, remember, he might even know how to do the invisible palm too, because look, if I grab it and I show you that there's nothing here, but look, he will grab it, he will steal it, and there it is. And you know, he's a magician, so he knows what he's doing. Because look. Now, of course, you might think that perhaps Chan the Magic Man will do a different trick. And of course, he has a trick list as well that he can do tricks from. He also uses it for music. But one of the things he can do is do some fancy stuff and make things appear. And I don't know if you saw that, but he was able to grab one from a moving deck. And look, if you take a look, he has grabbed another card. Is that an ace? It should be an ace because Chan the Magic Man is a magician. Now, of course, sometimes people think that Chan the Magic Man, you have to see his face when he's doing magic. But you know what? He can turn himself. He can turn himself face down, right? And then he can also do the trick with his back turned. That's right. You can't see his face now, but look. Here, he's grabbed another ace. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? And then finally, Chan the Magic Man can find the ace of spades because that's the last ace. And there we have it, my friends. Chan the Magic Man. That's Hellman's Aces, themed as Chan the Magic Man, as requested by Chan the Magic Man. I think Chan would have it no other way. So, one cool thing about this trick, I think, while I was reflecting on it, is that I do this trick way differently now than I did when I first started streaming a couple years ago. This is one of the tricks that was on my trick list from, like, the beginning, basically. And, how many, actually, does last played work to give me, oh, no, oh, last played Hellman's. Does this tell me? Okay, it doesn't give me the frequency. Alright, but let me just look at the list. And it has been done at least 22 times on stream. I've probably done it a few other times during hype trains and stuff. So let's round up to maybe about 30 times on stream. And I do it way differently now than I did when I first started. So Jesse Nicole says, I have to get going. Lots of appointments tomorrow. So glad I was able to be here for a couple of tricks. Have a great rest of the stream. Jesse Nicole, thank you for stopping by. Have a glorious night. Sleep well. Take care. Remember to hydrate. And yeah, don't miss your appointments because they're annoying to reschedule. But yeah, take care. Thanks for hopping in. Good seeing you. And yeah, we'll see you around. Hopefully everything is in good health, or that you nail all the appointments, or you get there so you don't miss them. So yeah, I dread having to reschedule some because it's like, oh no, now I have to wait like a month before I can reschedule it. And it's like, they sure are. Lol, great to see you. Yeah, thank you, Jesse Nicole. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, Hellman's Aces. When I first started doing the trick, I was doing it in a way that was much closer to the original. And one of my magic friends and I didn't get together and meet and discuss how to make it better. And since then, I've adapted the trick. So phase 1 and 2 are basically the same in that they use the same method, but I spruced them up since when I first started doing them because they're a lot simpler. They're meant to be done, like this trick I think was meant to be done just like in the hands, stand up while you are standing there with like a small group of people, and it's supposed to be like really quick. And then I switched out the original 4th phase because I thought, my friend and I thought that the 4th phase was weaker than the 3rd phase, so I do the 3rd phase last now, and then we just added something else for the 3rd phase. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's what E-Room has requested round deck and large deck, not gigantic. It will just give you at least a chance. What? Do I have a round deck somewhere? Where's my round deck? I mean, I must have a round deck somewhere, right? Like I've pulled out something. All right. So first of all, guys, if you're not aware what a scandalous shuffle is, I will take 2 different decks of cards and then scandalously shuffle them together, interweaving their their cards in a very sensual manner. Why am I speaking like this? I don't know. Alright, so thank you for at least saying big. Okay, so we have large cards. I don't know. Let me see if I have a round deck on hand. I have one. I don't know if it is like here. So give me a moment. But I guess if people want a preview of like the big deck, it is at least possible. So here we go. If not, we'll have to find a substitute that's appropriate for you. Okay, so here's the big deck. It's a regular deck of cards that is this big. Each individual card is about the size of 4 regular poker-sized cards. About. It's a little bit narrower, I think, than that. But for the most part, that's how big these are. So triangle deck, I think I have one around here. And then, no, last week I used a square deck. It was a square deck that I had last week. Okay, so let me see. If I was a triangle deck, where would I be? Let's see. Did I have it in here? Nope. Do I have it in... Okay, I'm gonna find... I think I have a triangle deck somewhere around here, so we're gonna find the triangle deck. And I'm absolutely certain we can do that for this. And if not, I'm going to cry. Alright. Are you in here? Nope. You guys can see how many like cards and decks I have around. Did I stick it in here? Nope. How about here? This seems like not it. That is... Wait, nope, that's not it. Triangle deck, lol, that'd be cool. Alright, we're good. So I feel almost obligated. We must find the triangle deck now. Okay, alright, so we have to move some decks from over here. Alright, I'm gonna place this somewhere. Okay, I need that to be over here. Okay, so it's not in this box. Is it in this box? Nope. Okay, how about here? Whoops. Did that just press something? For a second, I thought that this was a heat map, but it's actually just the spade symbol on the side of the box. There is one, like, right there. Okay, not this one. And not that one either. I may have to stand up because the triangle deck might be on the other side of my setup. Alright, and if I don't find it, we're gonna have to scandalously shuffle something else, because that will mean that it's upstairs. But hang on. I think I have some unfortunate news. I don't know where so I don't think that my triangle decks are right here in my immediate vicinity. So I do have them upstairs, but alright, so the only other weird cards I've got are the square ones that you guys saw from last week. So we could do gigantic and square, or if you want, we could do something shenanigansy like with the plastic Japanese deck of cards that I showed off a few streams ago. We could do clear plastic shuffle with the big deck. So Irum, I'll leave it up to you. But actually, you know what? Because I could not find what we were looking for, I'll let you choose 2 of these decks, and we will shuffle all 3 together. That's how badly I feel that I cannot fulfill your shuffleage. So which one are we not gonna shuffle out of these 4? I'm almost dreading this. So yeah, we have big, clear plastic, Japanese plastic, square, and then any of the other regular decks that we've got. Nice. Let's do square and big and plastic. All right. So square, big, and then not clear. Okay. It's plastic Japanese. All right. There we go. Okay, guys. So first things first, we have, if you've not seen this, this is clear Japanese deck of cards. Why is it Japanese? Because my friend got it for me on his recent trip, and it is from a village whose view basically looks the same after 300 years. The backs are all just the view of this village, and the front is very it's matte gold, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not quite embossed, but it's like textured on the pips and the faces. So yeah. Okay, so that's this deck. Okay, next we have our big deck. It's not impossibly huge, which is a different deck, but I can at least kind of do some stuff with this. It is possible. And then, of course, we have the square deck, which is a deck designed for a bunch of different games. You know how you might have purchased like a board game that is like, oh, 7 in one board game, and it comes with like chess, checkers, backgammon, that kind of thing. This is like the deck of cards version. I'm going to leave out a few cards that are like extras that aren't like normal cards, because I don't want to get those lost. But every other card is has a normal card rank and number in the corner, but may represent something else. Like this could be a bishop, that could be a pawn. These could be dominoes, 4 and 0, 2 and 5. They can be checkers, so there's a red checker, that's a black checker. And then you can do dice rolls, so like that's a dice roll of 5. Dice roll of 5. These are like poker chip 6 and 4, or actually I think these might be like backgammon numbers. There's a die in backgammon that also has like weird numbers on it. Okay, alright, so here we go. I can see face of big cards. Oh, can I see face of big cards? Oh yeah, sure. Here's the face of a big card. Here's the face of a square card, and then here's a face of like the gold card. Alright, so first things first. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle in. I like how the square deck has pips in all 4 corners. E-Room, I love that you said that, because right now, if you have any regular decks of cards, most of them are for people who fan to the right, and so that's how you can see the indexes. But that's usually made for people who are right-handed. Those of you who are left-handed, and you would have a natural tendency... Hey, thank you kindly for the follow, Baggio Twitch 15934. See, if you fan the other way, you won't be able to see the indexes. Now, Bicycle does sell a regular deck of cards that is indexed in all 4 corners, but it costs more than a regular deck, and so I only have a couple of them. And I have them upstairs. I'm saving them for a rainy day because I want to use them for a magic trick. But okay, all right, guys. We're in the middle. Sorry, E-Room has requested a scandalous shuffle like 10 minutes ago, and then we haven't been able to find all the cards. So now we're gonna finally get to doing the scandalous shuffle, because we are going to be shuffling in square cards with Japanese plastic cards, and then we will be shuffling them into big cards. So, oh god, hold me now. Wait a second. This might be easier if I do like half and half. It's like a bad cup of coffee. All right, guys, I need to do half and half. All right, so okay, we've got it started. You know, maybe now if I take like this half and shuffle it with the big half. Okay, so now we'll do this. Okay, all right. And then now we'll take this, and then we'll combine them all at the end. it would have been easier to just have my triangle cards on hand. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to have to shuffle these together. E-Room, you are madman. You're a madman, E-Room. I don't even think I can... I don't even know how I will... Okay, here we go. Let's do that. Alright. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of interweave this, like, manually. Alright, after the result of 3-deck Scandalous Shuffle, here is the 3-deck Scandalous Shuffle using Big Deck, Plastic Japanese Deck, and Square Board Game Deck. That's gonna be a Scandalous Unshuffle. Yeah, says Charlie. Thank you. Thank you for the words. Okay, so I think getting the big cards might not be too bad. The Squirrel Guy! Thank you kindly for the raid, The Squirrel Guy. Welcome in, raiders. I am in the middle of resolving a Scandalous Shuffle, which if anybody doesn't know, I am shuffling in cards from different decks into each other because it's a redeem on my channel, and I have no idea why I let people do it. But, welcome in The Squirrel Guy and Alien Ghost 12. I don't believe... Scandalous is The Squirrel Guy! Yeah, I know, right? Let me, The Squirrel Guy, I don't believe I've crossed paths, and if we have, my apologies. But, hey, how was your stream, and, what were you up to tonight? Thank you kindly for the follow, The Squirrel Guy. Yeah, let us know what you were up to, and, was it going well? Were you gaming? Were you musicking? Were you also doing Sleight of Hand magic? By the way, if you were doing Sleight of Hand magic, you need to let us know because we need more magicians doing magic tricks on Twitch. Let's see. Squirrel Guy said, we have not, but I saw a magician and couldn't say not. Oh, man. Thank you kindly for stopping in. Yeah, full disclosure, we don't have an official category. I had to co-op this because nobody else... very few people play the actual magician game, but there isn't like an official magic category. So I'm like, alright. And just in case I actually want to do just chatting sometime, I don't want people to mix up, just chatting with magic. So anyway, let me introduce myself, by the way. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way. And I like to do Sleight of Hand card magic on stream, but we were in the middle of a redeem just now, so that was not magic. That was just me being a masochist and letting my chat make me shuffle cards that I shouldn't. But if anybody would like to request any magic tricks, we have a StreamerSonglist, which is actually my trick list, pinned, and you can request tricks. If you don't know what to request but you want to see something, just do !random, and a random trick will get put into the queue. And while I unshuffle this, we can, if you have a request, the Squirrel Guy, I would be more than happy to perform a trick for you and your raiders. But thanks for bringing your community over. Let's see, N64 Paper Mario! Dude, I have not played Paper Mario. I think so here's the thing. I've only played, what was it? The first one on the Wii. So, it was Paper Mario, what was it? 1000 Year something? I think that was the one that I played. And then I haven't played any other Paper Marios. But Paper Mario was super cool, and it's very interesting in how they using this turn of perspectives and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Super Paper Mario is on the Wii. Okay, so maybe it's Super Paper Mario is the one that I played. Paper Mario's the bomb. All right. Okay, the Squirrel Guy. There is only one trick on my list that is not magic, and it is solving the Rubik's Cube. If you would like to see that, I can do it, but it is also not magic. That's the only one that is not a magic trick. And then otherwise, I could do the one that Charlie's Beats has requested as a magic trick, and then we can still solve Rubik's Cube after, if that's what everybody would like. I want to see this invisible palm thing then. All right, cool. All right, so first things first, we have the 4 aces. I'm going to start off with the, so here, ace of spades, ace of hearts, ace of clubs, and then ace of diamonds. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. With these 4 aces, we're going to go ahead and do something really interesting here. I'm just going to go ahead and place one of them over here, and here we have 3 cards. Now, for those of you who are in the hype train, you guys saw me do this earlier as part of the hype train, but I'm going to try and do it differently this time. Okay, so one of the things that you guys may be aware of in Magic is the concept of palming. That's basically holding a card or something in your hand in a way where it doesn't look like you're holding anything, but you're actually holding on to something. So this is kind of an interesting take on that because, so look, if I actually palm this card, right, at certain angles you won't be able to see it, but if I open up the windows in my hand, you'll be able to see that the card is there, right? Now, here's where this trick comes in. It's the invisible palm. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to palm it. I don't know if you can tell. It is actually there right now. I can open up the windows and you won't be able to see anything. I can even turn my hand up. It's actually there. You just can't see it. You won't be able to see it until I place it down on the table like that. And I know you might have just missed that. So we're going to break a rule of Magic and we're going to do it again. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and, once again, if I just palm this card, you might be able to see it when I reveal the windows. But if I go ahead and I palm it, but invisibly, I don't know if you can tell, but it's not there. It's there, you just can't see it until I want you to see it, which is when I place it down on the table. I know, is that strange? Okay. All right, so let's see. Here we have the ace, okay? And we're going to go ahead and place the ace here on the table. And the ace of diamonds, we have the other 3 aces over here. And I'm going to go ahead and palm this card from the bottom of the deck. So look, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and do this. And I'm just going to go ahead and just wave my hand over it like this. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually going to slowly disappear because it's now actually palmed in my hand. And you'll be able to see it appear when I place it down. Now here's the thing. You know that these were the aces the whole time, but that's not magical, right? It's not magical until I do something else. And this is where I'm going to change them. These are not the aces anymore. These are, you know what? They are the kings. They're the next best card. They're not the aces anymore. Here's the king of diamonds, the king of clubs, the king of hearts, and the king of spades. And that, my friends, is an invisible palm. These are not the aces you are looking for, says the rusty panda. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. Vampire Eat, welcome in. How's it going? Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly. Alright, next up is solving a Rubik's Cube. The Squirrel Guy, would you like to see more magic or do you want to see me solve a Rubik's Cube? I will leave it up to you. If you decide that you want to see me solve a Rubik's Cube, you have 2 flavors. You have normal sized and baby sized. And then if you don't, we'll just do a magic trick instead. So but let me know. And then Vampire Eat, welcome back. How are you doing? Good to see you back this week. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, I forgot to tell Chan, I was in a store. I was in a toy store. And I was looking at their wall of Rubik's Cubes. And I'm like, I bet you Chan could do all of these. Let me see if I took a picture. I don't remember if I took a picture. Hang on. I may have not. I may have just had the thought and then was like, oh well. Let me see. Give me a second here. Oh, okay. I think I did take a picture. All right, here we go. Here's the wall of Rubik's Cubes that I saw. I bet you Chan could do all those. Illogical conclusion, says Squirrel Guy. All right, awesome. We could do that. Okay, excellent. Oh yes, my apologies. I normally only allow. You could do. I think we allow the wrong song command, which is WS, which will remove like the existing one of yours. But anyway, we got it. Panda, thanks for getting that for the Squirrel Guy. All right, so let me prepare for this trick. And let me see here. So recently, when I have to use bicycles, I've swapped over to using these bicycles that have, let me see here. They have big pips, or sorry, big indexes, I should probably say. So indexes are like this big. But anyway, let me get ready for this trick. I like this trick. I've not seen this. I have not done this one, I think, for a little bit. Boom, 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 and then boom. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. And then let me just make sure that this is the situation that I want to be in. Also, let's make sure I'm not revealing the secrets of magic on screen. Okay. Excellent. Okay. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. This is a trick in which I need you to follow along what's going on, and then at the very end, hopefully, your mind will be blown. Hopefully. That's fingers crossed. I probably shouldn't build it up like that. They actually tell magicians not to build anything up like that. So, all right. First things first. I have 2 piles of 4 cards apiece. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over here, I'm not going to show you any of these 4 cards because the game is I want you to try and guess what types of cards these are. So I'm just going to show you the cards in this pile. These are all red face cards. And these are cards that I want you to guess. So at the end, I want you to tell me whether they're all also red face cards or if they are black face cards or red spot cards or black spot cards. But to make it fair, I'm going to go ahead and swap some cards from each of the piles, and then I'll let you go through this pile again. So first things first, first round, we're going to go ahead and swap 1 card. Okay, so 1 card is going to get swapped out with 1 from this pile. Okay, and then I'm going to show you all the cards in here again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if you saw, but they were all red face cards still. That's okay. To make this fair, let's go ahead and swap out 2 cards this time. Okay, 2 cards. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, and then we'll show you all the cards in this pile again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we'll do 3 cards now. We'll swap out 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you'll hopefully see just red face cards still. And now the important final swap is we have 1 card for 1 card. And now if I show you everything in this pile. So the important question is, how many of each types of cards? Are there 8 red face cards? Are there 4 red face cards, 4 black face cards? Are there 4 black spot cards, 4 red spot cards? Here, I'll even give you a hint. Here we go. Here, these 4 cards are indeed 4 red face cards. We saw those. You guys know they were there. I've not seen this one, says the Rusty Panda. I like this, says the Rusty Panda. All right. So for anybody who's playing at home, you're welcome to guess. You don't have to, I guess, if you don't want. I won't embarrass you. That's okay. 4 red cards and 4 aces? The Squirrel Guy says 5 red face cards? That would also be tough if all 8 were red face cards, right? Because only 6 of them come in a deck. All right, so I just want to let you know that these 4 cards probably not what you expect. The order does matter. So hold on, let me see here. So here's the 4 cards, and here we go. They actually are, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, so here's my number, so call me maybe. And that, my friends, is an illogical conclusion. Thank you kindly for the emotes, claps, and applauses, and the reactions, everybody. Thank you kindly, E-Room, the Rusty Panda, Chen the Magic Man, the Squirrel Guy, Vampire Eat. Thank you kindly for all the emotes. Let me just read some of those. Okay, so Rusty Panda says, I have not seen this one. I like this. 4 red cards, 4 aces, 5 red face cards, and then Rusty Panda goes, ha 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 ha. I just assume that's what that sounds like. And then E-Room said, wow, wow, wow. And Squirrel Guy says, lol, I love that. Oh, if anybody has the emote, so this, by the way, this started as a joke, or I imagine was started as a joke, but maybe it's not a joke. But one of our other friends, Chris M. Yee, that's his Twitch name, so I don't mind giving that. But Chris M. Yee, that's his emote as well. But he likes Call Me Maybe, and then like in another friend's music stream, Rob Kovacs, he ends up trying to throw Call Me Maybe into random songs that he plays, and so it kind of came over to me because it's like, oh, so now I have these cards that say, you know, that, and I'm like, oh, where can I throw this in to just throw everybody off? And I think there was enough people that hadn't seen that version. So normally when you do this trick, yeah, so the trick could have 4 aces, or something that's cool is like maybe showing 4 blank cards, but I'm like, how about 4 blank cards that say the lyrics to this Carly Rae Jepsen song? Nobody expects that. Oh man. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for that request, the Squirrel Guy. So hopefully you enjoyed. All right. And yeah, and that one is like, you know, you would probably not appreciate that trick if you saw like 75% of that trick and then you didn't see the end. Like the ending is the ultimate, it makes the trick. Like, but yeah, I love that. I love that trick. That ending is like beautiful too. And it's like, I've thought about just doing other song versions, but I'm like, okay. So for anybody who doesn't know, purchasing blank cards and then you can write whatever you want, it's great. But blank decks are more expensive than regular decks of cards. So it's like, all right. Okay, looks like the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything and see more magic, let me know. Otherwise, I did see that somebody had accidentally gotten the Rubik's Cube solved. We could also do that. And then let's see what else. We can... Oh, and if anybody wants to see some magic with some other interesting things, such as using other decks of cards, I have other redeems, and I will try and use like a different deck. So, for example, if you choose like Uno, the Uno deck redeem, I will try and do a magic trick using Uno cards, which I'm pretty sure I have on hand, which I hope I do, because otherwise. And then thank you for this heat map right here. Delicious. Charlie's also redeemed clear plastic cards. My apologies, Charlie. I did see it earlier, and then it has completely left my mind. So, all right, we did the scandalous shuffle, though, so there we go. It was really scandalous. E-Room. I'm looking at you, E-Room. Very scandalous. Okay. All right, let's see here. So, let's introduce the clear plastic cards, because I'm going to have to use them for a trick. So... if you have not seen me use the clear plastic deck, we have this deck of cards. This deck of cards is made out of clear plastic, and you can see through about, I would say, I don't know, half the card, right? Because if you, I don't know. But yeah, you can see through it. And I think some people believe that when you can see through the cards, you might be able to see some magical things happen. And to that, I would say, yeah, you're probably right, and that has happened occasionally. But I think most of the time I try and choose tricks or tricks that, you know, it won't be too bad. But these are what spot cards look like. These are what face cards look like. So we're going to do a trick with these, I think. All right. Let's see. Do you have any preferences, Charlie's Beats, or just whatever I think is best with these? What have I not performed in a bit here? Whatever, says Charlie. All right. Thanks for the whatever. I mean that in like the best possible way. And in no way do I believe that that is apathy. I just have a feeling that that is actually a response, and it's just like, okay, so thank you. Lol. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can do this one. Okay, let me see here. I think we do this, and then I think we do this, something like that. Okay. All right, this might actually be tough to see because they are clear, but importantly, I'm not going to rehearse this right beforehand. I probably should. Haven't done this one in a while. Actually, let me see. If anybody's familiar with video games and load states and save states, we're going to do the save state, load state version of this trick. Okay. All right. So here we have the 4 aces. And then here we have the 4 jacks. And let me introduce you to the 4 jacks. And they are the jack of spades, the jack of diamonds, the jack of clubs, and the jack of hearts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 jacks over here, and then we have the 4 aces over here. Now, I just want you to remember this moment because here we have, yeah, all the aces are over here. Okay. I just wanted to remember this moment, so we're going to save this state. I'm going to hit the save state button. So we've saved the state of the aces being over here, and the jacks are over here. But with this trick, what we're going to do is show you how the states can change as somebody plays through a game, for example. And so here's what I'm going to do. Some people believe that when I take this ace and I wave it over the top, that's like me doing an action in the game that doesn't really change the state of the game. So it actually looks like it's still an ace, right? But if I actually touch it, that'll change the state, and this is no longer an ace, that's actually a jack. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. If I show you that we've got these 2 aces, right? All I have to do, even if I just wave this over, that's not going to change anything, right? But if I touch it, well, here's the thing. It's going to be tougher because they're actually face up. So I don't know how the change is going to manifest. But if I just touch it, that's actually going to change an ace into a jack. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Okay. But now some people believe that I can only do this with 1 card at a time. However, if I just take both of these cards and I touch them to this pile, both of these aces will turn into jacks. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And so that means the aces are over here. So if I just take a peek at the top card over here. Oh, that is an ace. So yeah, so the aces are open. But remember, we saved the state. We saved the state of the game earlier. So now if we load state, I'm going to go ahead and hit the load state button. Load state. I don't know if you know, but initially we saved the state as the aces being over here and the jacks are over here. Because now if I show you everything in this pile, it's actually all the aces. I don't know if you could see that, but yeah, so now this is the ace pile. And then over here, these are actually all of the jacks right here. And that, my friends, is reset with clear plastic cards, emulator save state themed. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps and the applause. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man, Vampire Eat, and E-Room, thank you kindly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for that. Clear plastic cards redeem. So hopefully that that was satisfactory. I actually thought that worked out okay. I was actually wondering in my mind, is anything going to be super sus during it? But I think for the most part, it looks fine. I think with the clear plastic cards in this case. So, but once again, here's the fan of the the stars for that last trick there. But yeah, almost assuredly, I don't know if anybody else has themed that trick as save states. I may be the only magician in the world who has done it that presentation. I mean, there are other nerdy, geeky magicians, but I don't know if they go to the extent of retheming it something that nerdy and geeky. Of course, I love it. All right, and then Chan's got a magician's choice. So let's see what we want to do as a magician's choice. All right, let's see here. Do I want to maintain using the clear plastic cards? I already have them out, so let's see. Chan, is there anything specific that you want to see that you suspect I can do with the clear plastic deck? Because actually, I have one in mind. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if it's doable. I think it's doable. Okay. Whatever you like. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, let's do this one. Okay, so we have the 4 jacks set aside because we have them from the last trick. So we have the Jack of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the Jack of Clubs, and the Jack of Diamonds. Okay, so what I want to do with these jacks is we're going to be doing something interesting with them. So here, if I go ahead and I show you something that we're going to do with these 4 jacks, I'm going to do something strange. I'm going to go ahead and turn 2 of these jacks face up and leave the other 2 face down. And so, yeah, it might be tough to see, but okay, so look, 2 of the jacks are face up, 2 of the jacks are face down. But if I was to close up this packet, turn it face over, if I were to count through the cards, you would probably suspect that you would see some face up jacks. But if I just snap, that's actually going to make all of the jacks now facing in the same direction, because now look, if I show you 1, 2, 3, 4, all of those jacks are facing in the same direction. Once again, I know that we shouldn't do the exact same trick twice in a row, but we're going to break that rule. So here I'm going to go ahead and once again 2 jacks face up, 2 jacks face down, and so you can see these 2 face up, those 2 face down. Close that up, turn it face down, but look, all I have to do is snap. And that's actually going to make all these cards face in the same direction. Is that strange or what? Very strange. Now, some people believe that this trick looks an awful lot like another trick, a trick called twisting the aces. And if I was to hold the packet like this and give this a twist, I don't know if you know, but one of those jacks actually will turn into an ace. Because look, if I show you now, we have the ace of clubs. And now if I hold this packet and give it another twist, that'll turn another one into an ace. Here you'll see the ace of hearts. And actually, let me just twist it a couple more times just so we get all of those jacks to turn into aces. So here we have ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, ace of spades, and that, my friends, is a hallucination. And now some people are wondering where the jacks went. And actually, because they swapped places, if I show you here, they're not on the bottom of the deck. They're not on the top of the deck. Actually, if I spread through the whole deck, you'll see that they have switched places with the aces. This deck is getting a little bit old, so it's not as smooth to spread as it used to. But look, all the jacks are now clustered right in here. There we have it. And that, my friends, is hallucination with clear plastic cards. Not gonna lie, there's actually two parts in that trick where I was like, oh no, I'm a little nervous because the cards are clear. This is not good. So I was like, okay, let me adapt on the fly and not show exactly what I don't want to show. But I think that worked out okay. I think that was good. Thank you so much for that request, Chan the Magic Man. I also want to get some stats for the tricks that I did do, so I'm just gonna add the last two because I know they were magician's choices. Let me just go ahead and do that and do this and do this. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. And then let's see. Next up is what's on top, name pending. That is potentially my trick. So yeah, we could do that. You'll notice that some of these tricks have a lot of themes in common. So let's see if I can do this. I think this might be a little bit tricky. Okay, all right. Okay, and you know what? We're just going to continue using the clear deck for now, because, you know, why not? All right, let's go ahead and just give these a little bit of a mix here. Okay, and then, all right. Okay, here we have our four jacks. Now, important question, if I was to go ahead and I was to take and place on top of the deck the jacks in alternating color order. So let's say I place a black one down first, black, red, black, red. Important question, what are the two top cards as colors? Would you guess that it is black and red? Or are you going to think outside the box and maybe think that it could be red and red? Or black and black? Red then black, says E-Room. Alright, that is quite astute of you, E-Room. But if I am to show you the two cards on the top, let me just show you that they are indeed the two red jacks. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? That should not happen. That's a little bit weird. That's a little bit bizarre. But let me just go ahead and place the two red cards back on top. Now, important question. Now, if I was to ask you again, what two cards would you say is on top? Would you say that both red ones are on top, because that's what you just saw? Or would you go back to your original answer, red then black? Certainly, they could not be black and black. Is that right? Because look, both black, says E-Room. All right, E-Room. Well, here you go. Both black. That is correct. So here's the interesting thing with this trick. You don't know what's going to be on the top. Okay, I just realized that E-Room says, nice, nice, nice. Excellent, cool. So you got it, E-Room. But now here's the important thing. If I was just to put the two blackjacks back on the top, and I was to just place all four jacks on the table like this. All right. How surprised would you be if they are now interwoven, so like red, black, or black, red? Or do you think that they're split up the same, like two blacks together and two red, or two blacks and two red of jacks? That's okay. As with the last trick, everything is just an illusion because maybe we didn't use the jacks at all. There are four aces, says E-Room. E-Room, you know what? You have not been correct. Well, actually, no, you did get the last one correct, both being correct. So you know what? You're on a hot streak, E-Room, because look. Now if I show you, we have, oh, four aces, E-Room. You are both correct. You win my share of the internet for today. FYI, I don't own any shares of the internet. But you win my share of the internet for today. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for that request, E-Room. Oh, wow. It was just a guess. Had not seen this trick before. Lol, says E-Room. Well, that's okay, E-Room. You know, maybe you were originally going to be wrong, but when I saw that you said the four aces, I wanted you to be correct, and therefore, we made it happen. Okay. And thank you kindly for the claps and the emotes. Vampire Eat, E-Room. Thank you for the applause. Yeah, how many tricks in a row did we just do with clear plastic cards and jacks and aces? 3? 4? Nice, helping a brother out, lol. Guys, if you didn't know, E-Room's my brother. Brother from another mother. All right. Okay, I believe that was enough tricks. Hopefully that satisfies Charlie's Beats redeem. You probably got a lot more tricks than you expected, Charlie, so thank you for redeeming. E-Room, thank you for that request for What's on Top. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Originally I thought that I was thinking, oh, that's a different trick, and then I realized because it was the name pending, and I'm like, I need to come up with a better name. So a lot of the time, if you're learning a bunch of magic and you read from magic books, which is where all the great secrets are, the names of the tricks are not very memorable. Like, for example, it might be, card displacement trick number 5, or like Ace Assembly version 6, or it's something just very boring and bland. Versus like, there's a couple of brilliant name tricks like in my list for that people have made. Like oh. Thank you so much for the bits, Huma! Happy Chuseok. Thank you kindly. Greatly appreciate it, Huma. How are you doing, Huma? Welcome in. Alright, I've officially now closed the clear plastic cards. And now we can get on with using regular cards now. Because that will make life simpler. But anyway, thank you so much for the bits, Huma. And welcome in. How are you doing today? Alright, and then let's see here. So next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the request, Charlie. This trick is called Family Unit. Let me find... I have to find all the cards for it, so please hold. Please enjoy this elevator music just for a second. All right. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that elevator. Another day surviving 4-year-old daughter. Oh, Huma. I feel you because I have a 3-year-old daughter, and so my wife worked both days this weekend, and so I had to take care of my daughter both days. Now, I mean, it was fine. It was okay. But of course, with any parent, toddlers at 3 to like 5 years old, they're always having like a mental breakdown for some reason. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, first things first. We had to get all of the face cards. So here are all of the face cards from the deck. We have 12. And then what we need to do here is we can give these a little bit of mix. If you were here, you could cut the packet wherever you would like. You know what? Because we don't have you here, but if you would like to cut the packet, let me make sure that the heat map is on. If anybody would like to click directly on the screen and you're on desktop, a heat map will be placed there, and we will cut precisely where you have it. So for the first heat map, we've got there. And now for the second heat map, we'll cut here. And then, I could keep passing this around if anybody else wants to cut. Delicious. Okay. All right, last chance. If anybody would like to cut this packet anywhere, it is up to you if you would like to cut the packet anymore. If you are physically here, I would offer for you to cut the packet. But otherwise, yeah. And if not, then we will proceed with the trick. This is probably a good time also, if you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please hydrate. All right, cool. Looks like everybody's good. All right, so let's see. First things first, I would like to set aside 3 piles here. And I will need somebody in chat. Charlie, if you would like to be the person in chat to give me which pile to start off with. I'm trying to look for where my markers are for... Where did I put my tiles? My tiles are right here. Oh my god, I am a mess. All right, we have pogs. So here I'm gonna have that's an ace of spades pog. Here is a magic 8-ball pog, and then here's a metallic. It's not really a slammer, but I used it for the GipsonLens magic trick. So if you would like to pick a pile for me to start with, Charlie, or if anybody else would like to pick one. Okay. Oh, sorry. I see that the heat. You know what? I have the heat map. Why did I do this? All right. Okay. So here's the thing. In order for you guys to understand about this trick, we each family unit consists of 3 parts: the Jack, the Queen, and the King, all of the same suit. Each family unit is really good at finding each other. So here's what we're going to do. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and place a heart right there. And hopefully all of the hearts would be really good at finding each other here. But when I put this through my hand, that's going to be them putting them into the heart household. But actually, as we walk into that house, we determine that it's actually not the heart household. It's actually the clubhouse. We have the Queen of Clubs, the King of Clubs, and the Jack of Clubs. All right. Okay. So we messed that one up. All right. Charlie, which pile would you like me to go to next? I just realized we probably don't need to go with it. You know what? Yeah. All right. Yeah, you want to change? Oh, okay, this one. All right, here we go. Excellent. So let's go ahead and find our next family unit. So there we have a King of Spades. Let's go ahead and put the King of Spades there. Now the King of Spades is really good at finding its own family. And so look, if I just combine them all together, put them into the Spade household. As it turns out, that was not the Spade household. This is actually the Heart household. Look, we've got the Queen of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts, and the King of Hearts. Wow, the Heart household. Okay, you know what? Whoever is keeping track of this town municipality has their records all wrong. So I need to stack these somehow. So actually, no, this is going to come in handy at this point. All right, how do you want me to stack these? This is the Ace of Spades, 8-ball, GipsonLens. And so if you say Ace, GipsonLens, and then 8-ball, I will take this pile, place it on this pile, and place it on this pile. If you say 8-ball, and then Ace, and then GipsonLens, I'll place it in this pile. So you stack it however you would like. So let me know, or I can do it in this sequence. So starting here, okay. The Rusty Panda says, I'm headed out, falling asleep at the phone. All right, Rusty Panda, thanks for hopping in. Have a glorious night. Take care, sleep well. All right, I see another heat map here. I'll place it on top of this one, and then I guess by default we'll place it on top of this one. Boom, okay. If I didn't interpret those correctly, I'm sorry, but I saw heat maps, so I was like, all right, I just realized now that there's 2 heat maps on the table. Wait. This one and this one, and so clearly they're not from the same people, but I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, so let's try this next house. We're going to try and force the correct family unit to be in this house. And so in order to do that, let's go ahead and we're going to have to find 3 of them. So look, so here's a diamond. So let's go ahead and place a diamond in here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and place a diamond in here. And then a diamond in here. So this has to be the diamond household, right? So let's go ahead and place this in the diamond household. Guys, the diamond household, they're also magicians because this was not the diamond household. They disappeared. This is actually the spade household with the Jack of Spades, the King of Spades, and the Queen of Spades. And so therefore, when we go to the last house in the neighborhood, this is obviously the diamond household because we haven't found their family yet. But here we go. They can't be without a house. There's our Queen of Diamonds, King of Diamonds, and Jack of Diamonds. And that, my friends, is family unit. Yes, and I have some heat maps that I can eat. Here we go. Delicious. Thank you for the heat maps, everybody. And Vampire Eat says, whole lot of breaking and entering houses here. That's right. Don't do this at home. Don't do this at other people's home. I guess should be the disclaimer. Anyway, thank you so much for that request, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the claps, Vampire Eats, E-Room, Charlie's Beats, and thank you for the nom nom. It's funny because my name is Nom. It's not spelled the same way, but a lot of people. So some people would say, back in the day, they would be like, nom nom nom, and I would be like, are you calling me delicious? And because this is my channel and I do what I want. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Let's see here. I'm thinking about ending stream in about 20 minutes to a half an hour. So if anybody would like to request any magic, feel free. Otherwise, I can add tricks to the list until we get to that time frame. And then, of course, when I decide to end, I will have a finale trick. And so we will definitely put a finale trick in there. But currently, queue is empty. So if anybody wants to see anything specific, now's a good time. In the interim, let's see here. I can do some quick visual stuff. So let's see. Here we have a card. Now, a lot of people think that if I was to change this card from the Ace of Clubs to another card, I can, in which case that is correct because now it's a 5 of hearts. Now, a lot of people think that if I change it back, I have to change it back to the ace of clubs. But that doesn't have to be the case. I could change it to something else. Like I could change it to be, you know, the 4 of spades. And then actually some people think that I can change it to something else entirely. And to that, I would say, yeah, you're right. I could change it to the 6 of hearts if I wanted. Here we go. And then I see we have a request from eRoom. Thank you so much for the request. Let me go ahead and set up for that. And we will get ready. My body will get ready for this trick. That sounds terrible. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Okay. How to do this very carefully. Okay. Then we'll do this. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. We have 4 jacks. Let me introduce you to them as we always do. So here we have the Jack of Hearts. And then here we have the Jack of Spades. Hold on. I just realized that, and this might be a really nitpicky thing, and I probably don't need to technically start this over, but you know how like when you learn something originally and it's like not the way that you wanted to learn it? So I'm just going to reveal a little bit something. Sometimes when the cards, like even if it's just the suits not in the right order, and I'm just like, oh, that's going to bother me the whole trick. Let me just not do it that way. Let me just do it a different way. That was it. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start again. And we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. We have the 4 jacks. Let me introduce you to them. We have the Jack of Clubs. We have the Jack of Diamonds. We have the Jack of Spades. And then we have the Jack of Hearts. Okay. And so with these jacks, what I would do is, if you were here, I would have you cut about 3/4 of this deck and place it aside. So it doesn't have to be exact, and you can actually cut, even if you were off by a card or a few cards, it's not a big deal. I would then ask you to cut this stack about 2/3 off and place it over here. So let's say there. And then I would ask you to cut about half of this and then place that down here. So let's say there. It doesn't really matter too much if you're off by a couple of cards. It's not a big deal. So then on top of each one of these piles, I want to mark it with a jack. And so here's a jack. We're going to mark that there. And then for this next one, I'm going to mark that with a jack right there. This one, and then we're going to mark that one with a jack. And then finally, this one we'll mark with the last one. And so now we have marked each one with a jack. Now I see that somebody placed a heat map here. Thank you kindly. Let me... Delicious. But for anybody who is unaware, I am not the magical talent of this stream. You know, if anybody is familiar with Penn and Teller, they have Penn, which does all the talking, and Teller, which Penn jokes, does all of the magic. I know they both do magic, but That's kind of basically how it works here. I am the mouth, and then for anybody who has been here before, E-Room's already spamming the emotes, but the true magical talent of the stream is the deck sock. Guys, if you've not met the deck sock, you're here in for a treat. Meet the deck sock. Deck sock, take a bow. Excellent. The deck sock is the magical talent of the stream. Anytime I mess up a trick, the deck sock saves my butt. Also, occasionally, the deck sock, we will have the deck sock do a trick, even if I don't need my butt saved. So, here, deck sock, you can do this one. Please dazzle our audience. All right, deck sock. I don't know if you saw that, but the deck sock knows the invisible palm. So the deck sock actually just palmed the card and placed it somewhere. Deck sock did it again. I don't know if you saw. Deck sock did mess up a little bit. See, this card moved a little bit. But that's okay. We won't hurt deck sock's feelings. Here we go. I don't know if you saw that again, but the deck sock. So I don't know if you could tell, but the deck sock actually has palmed each and every jack and placed it here on top of this pile. I don't know if you saw that. Now, if that's true, you would then be able to see that all 4 jacks are here. So now if I show you, we have the jack of clubs, jack of diamonds, jack of spades, and the jack of hearts. And so that, my friends, is the deck sock bringing all of the jacks together. But remember, when you were cutting the deck, and if you were here, you would have been allowed to cut the deck to wherever you want. If you were off by cards here and there, that is fine too, because you are also magical. Because what are the odds that you would have cut 2? Not 1, ace of diamonds. Not 2, ace of hearts. Not 3, ace of clubs. But 4 aces. And that, my friends, is birds of a feather. Thank you so much for that request, E-Room. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And thank you, Deck Sock, for hopping on for that one. Hopping. Boing, 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 boing. Tonight, when you guys are laying down and getting ready to fall asleep, I just want you to imagine the Deck Sock hopping. Boing, 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 boing. It's now embedded in your mind. You can't get it out. I'm sorry. I just can't wait for like several streams from now. I'm just randomly going to go boing, 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 boing. And then hopefully, if you know, you guys will know. And then everybody else is going to be confused and be like, what the heck is Nam doing? Is he going crazy? And I would be like, I'm already crazy. Look at my name. I spelled it weird. Oh yeah, I should probably show this off more often. I don't show this off as much, but yeah, so I have a nameplate. It changes colors. And yeah, that's how I spell my Twitch name. Crazy Asian. It's pronounced Crazy Asian. There you go. Vampire Eat says hypnotized. By this? Or boing, 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 boing. Yeah. Anyway, this is cool. I got this from my best friend. It was a surprise. He just ordered it for my birthday. Was it earlier this year or last year? I don't remember, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And the color changes are so cool too. Check that out. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll leave this. I'll bring it. You guys will see the magical keyboard that I actually use for actually typing things during stream. All right, let me clear this, and then all right, we're gonna do a last call. So if anybody would like to see more magic, now's the time to request it. Otherwise, we will definitely still put in a finale trick, and then we will finish the stream after the finale trick, and we would call it there. But in the interim, if so, I don't have a very aggressive stream schedule. I only stream once a week, and I try and do it on Sunday nights for Sleight of Hand Sundays. And if anybody wants to see more of me, you can check me out on YouTube. I have over 280 Sleight of Hand Magic Performances, and then all of my VODs that fall off of retention, they're in this playlist. And so if you want to see past VODs, you can catch more inside jokes such as boing, 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 or other things. I mean, we created that tonight, but yeah, so all right, cool. I just realized that with the card backdrop, this looks actually kind of cool. It looks a little bit different than it normally does. Actually, what happens if I fan it the other way? Sorry, we're just experimenting with visuals now with this. Alright, in either case, it looks all electrical. You know what this reminds me of a little bit? Like when you were a kid and you had to choose like a background for photos, and this reminds me of laser. And to be fair, I don't know who wouldn't choose laser. There were several people that I know that would have wanted to choose laser, but their parents didn't let them. And my parents didn't really care. They were like, "Okay, yeah, if you want the lasers, let's go ahead and get the lasers." Okay. So, but yeah. All right. Vampire Eat has got all the lasers. Look at that. Oh my god. We got red lasers, blue lasers, purple lasers. All the lasers. Man, do I have any cool laser emotes? I don't think I do. Nope. I'm pretty lame. I don't have any laser emotes. I should probably get me some. So here's the thing. I have more slots. I just don't have anything. I mean, I have trouble like prioritizing making some updates to like my chat commands and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. I have to batch them up and then like just wait until I have like a few. I'm like, okay, let me go in and do all those. But okay, let me do, let's see. I'm thinking of one. Let me do one more and then we'll think of a finale. I also don't like to end on a trick that I mess up. So if I mess up a finale trick, which this is not it, but let me see here. So I want to practice this one. And then, let me see here. Vampire Eat, do you remember which trick you saw as a finale trick last time? Or, because I want to make sure I don't do one of a repeat for you here. Let's see, 1 week ago. By name, no. Okay. Let me see. I guess I could just look at my history. Hang on. Alright, I don't think we did this other one. So let's do this one. And actually, I have messed this one up on stream before. So maybe if I mess this one up, then I'll just go to my backup for one of these. Okay. So, and then we'll do Bee Sisters as the finale trick. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the plan, and we'll go from there. Okay, all right. So this one is called Center of Attention. All right, so we have 4 cards here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, all of these cards are unsurprisingly cards that always get a lot of attention, the aces. I don't know if you guys know, the A actually stands for attention. And so, if I was to ask you which card you thought was the most egotistical or narcissistic, which one would you guess? I think a lot of people, it kind of comes naturally. There's actually a very specific one that they would guess. Spades! Vampire Eat, that is absolutely correct. So, let me just tell you that you are correct, because the pip on the spade, actually let me turn it this way. The pip on the spade is way more gigantic than the pips on each one of these. And so, yeah, that is correct. So, here's what we want to do. We want to maybe teach the spade a lesson. We want to give the spade some humility, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to try and put it in timeout. Okay. So all right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put it in timeout. I'm going to go ahead and place this here into the middle of the packet, but face down, so it's facing in the same direction as all of the other ones. Okay, but the spades just wants to be the center of attention, so it will defy logic and reveal itself when I count through all the cards, because you're going to see that that ace of spades just wants to be the center of attention. I know. Is that strange? That's super strange. But once again, I want to teach it a lesson, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try once again to place it back into the packet facing in the same direction as all of the other cards. But look, we're just going to snap, and then we're going to show, it's going to show itself because it's going to want to be the center of attention because it knows it's in the middle of a magic trick. So look. Ams Andrew, welcome in. How's it going? And so here is the ace of spades. Now, here's the problem with this ace of spades. I want to try and put it in timeout. So I'm going to go ahead and take it, and you'll see it up here. So I'm going to hold it up here so you don't think I'm doing any weird shenanigans, these things with it, right? So here we have the ace of spades up here. But look, if you take a look, the ace of spades has found a way to come back down here because there's only now one card on the main screen, and that is the ace of spades. And if I bring down my hand slowly, it is actually all of the other aces. And that, my friends, is the center of attention. Ames Andrew, welcome in. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sleight of Hand Sunday to you, Ames Andrew. Thanks for coming in. Thank you kindly for the claps. Vampire Eat, E-Room, and thanks for the applause, Ames Andrew. Ames Andrew, you made it just to the end of the stream. So, Ames Andrew, I was about to close the queue after this, but if you want to see any other magic, go ahead and request it now. And I'll do it before I do the finale, which will be Sisters. So in the interim, let me clear this, and then and then we'll do our outro disclaimer and all of that stuff. All right, everybody. So, thank you so much to everybody who came out and hang out with me tonight. Let's see. Ames Andrew says, all good. Just here to say hey. All right, awesome. Thanks, Ames Andrew. Greatly appreciate it. Let me. I'm going to close the queue then. All right, there we go. Thank you to everybody who decided to come out and hang out with me. Hopefully everybody had fun. Thank you so much to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chatted in chat, picked a card, any of those things. Without you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. And basically, as long as I'm having fun, that's why I'm doing this. And then secondarily, I'm also keeping my magic skills sharp. So admittedly, there has been some weeks in the past couple of years where it's like I've been less, I guess, enthused about performing magic. And then I hit stream, and then I'm like, I'm sharpened, I get enthused again. And, this has, like, kept me, like, wanting to just keep on doing sleight of hand magic. So sleight of hand card magic mostly. I only have, like, a couple tricks that are not card magic. But thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would just be fiddling with cards over here. And this is one of the few art forms where if I do magic, I'm not experiencing magic for me. Like if I play music, I can actually still hear the music and enjoy the music. But like if I'm doing magic, no magic is happening to me. Like I'm just practicing a performance. Right? Like the magic has to happen in your minds. Let's see, what else? Everything that you saw here today, thanks for the disclaimer, Chan. And welcome back, Chan. Hopefully you are now clean from your shower. Chan stepped away to take a shower. Anyway, hopefully you guys all know that everything that is done here is sleight of hand magic. And it's not black magic, it's not sorcery. It's I haven't made any deals with the devil. But even if I did, this is what I would say anyway, because perfect cover story. Sure did. Awesome. Let's see, guys. If we did see all of our mods today, even though GipsonLens was only briefly here. But let's give some mod love to all of our mods, and if you're not following them, please give them all a follow and some mod love. Our mod GipsonLens, pianist, sight reads from songbooks, plays VGM, popular music, esoteric music, and has composed a lot of his own originals, so please give GipsonLens a follow. We also saw the Rusty Panda. Guys, if you're not following the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. The Rusty Panda is a songwriter, singer, also does interview streams, unique interview streams on Wednesday. It's called Wiki Wednesday. Mad Magic, welcome in. How's it going? All right, let me finish up this shout out, and then we will also talk about Mad Magic in a second. Chan the Magic Man. Guys, if you're not following Chan the Magic Man, we call him the fourth half of Magic Twitch, although now if there's 5 people, there's probably going to be like 5 halves. But anyway, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan, one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule on Twitch. And he normally does Magic Mondays, so give him a follow. You can catch him tomorrow. And then, all right, and those were all of the mods. Okay. Welcome in, Matt Magic. How's it going? Matt Magic, while you're here, so guys, if you're not following Matt Magic, please give Matt Magic a follow. Matt Magic, from what I am told, is a professional magician, is actually friends with magician Dan White. Is that correct? I'm well. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. I'm starting to wrap up, but actually, if you are here, Matt Magic, I would actually like to ask if there's anything you would like to see me perform. So on my list, I have a trick list that I use. Take a look here. I've closed the queue already, but I'm excited when there's new magicians on, because we can talk shop. I mean, maybe not deep like in methods on stream, but like we could talk shop and you would understand what's going on. But yeah, so if you want to take a look at my trick list, I have basically 70 tricks that I'm basically ready to do at any minute right now. And I can perform them on stream. But yeah, so normally we'll hop down to this view right here, and I can use... but anyway, let me just talk about... So, by the way, hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way. Crazy Asian, but I like to do sleight of hand card magic on stream. I co-opted a stream. I'd love to see Triumph. Great. All right. Excellent. We have 3 versions of Triumph, but I am assuming the Die Vernon Classic. So we will do that. So let me... all right. Here we go. So let's see. Let's go ahead and... Shuffle up does not matter if it is shuffled. Doesn't matter if I see this card or not. But actually, yeah. Matt Magic, are you on desktop? If you are, I would like it if you can click directly on the screen on one of these cards, and that will hopefully put a heat map directly on the card. Is that your click, Matt Magic? I'm assuming that's you, right? Just to confirm. Yes. All right, great. Okay, so this is the card. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave that sticking out. All right, I'll just say it doesn't matter that I know what it is because I'm the magician anyway, but just for everybody's purposes, we are going to reveal it, and we can even type it in chat. Marshall Silver, welcome in. How's it going? This is 7 of clubs. All right, so 7 of clubs, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and stick this into the middle of the deck like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle up some more. Let's mix it up some more. And then what we are going to do is we are going to do something that is utterly horrendous, especially for anybody who has OCD and likes things in a very neat and orderly way. We're going to go ahead and shuffle these cards face up into face down cards. I know, it's going to hurt me more than it hurts you. Marshall Silver just says, I just finished my 12-hour stream where I finally reveal in my stream, and stream my favorite video game of all time, Chrono Trigger! Marshall Silver, I did not know that was your favorite video game of all time. Chrono Trigger is an amazing RPG. I love Chrono Trigger. So I started learning how to play guitar, and I only know like 9-ish songs or so, and most of them are VGM. 2 out of the VGM songs are Chrono Trigger songs. So, yeah, all right, exactly. I know, amazing. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these together. And Chrono Trigger is one of my favorites as well, Vampire Eat. Man, we are finding so much common ground. Hello, friends, says Big Ducky Snow. By the way, welcome in, Big Ducky Snow. Just popping in to drop some love, hugs before bed. And Ruby's Cube, much love, light hugs, and bread to you. And see you around the bend. All right, thank you, Big Ducky Snow. All right, I'll have to give a shout out to all you guys. Big Ducky Snow, Marshall Silver, and Matt Magic right after this trick. Okay, so here we go. You'll see that there's some cards that are face up, some cards that are face down, and I'll just show you how messed up this is, right? So here we have a back to a front. We have a front to a back. We even have a back to a back. So yeah, things are super messed up. But let me just show you the true magic talent of the stream. It's not me, because I would be like the pen in Penn and Teller. Here's the teller of the stream, the Deck Sock. Guys, please give the Deck Sock a warm welcome. Deck Sock, can you please fix this for me, please? Because I'm not very good at this. All right, Deck Sock is going to be fixing the deck for me. Hopefully, the Deck Sock has done its work. And then here we go. All right, guys, let's take a look. Deck Sock, did you not embarrass me? Please don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. You did good, Deck Sock. Wait. This better be the 7 of clubs, right? That was the 7 of clubs. That was selection. Okay. All right. Here we go. Guys, hopefully this is the 7 of clubs, because otherwise this will be a messed up trick. And there we have it, the 7 of clubs. Thank you so much, Deck Sock. I love you. Okay. Isn't the Deck Sock so cute? Look at the Deck Sock. All right, take a bow, Deck Sock. Woo! All right. I figured I'd say howdy before having my dinner. All right, thanks, Marshall Silver. Yeah. Thanks for the lurk. Yeah, we're almost done. We're gonna be wrapping up soon. So, all right. Awesome, says Matt Magic. Thank you, Matt Magic. I assume, Matt Magic, you know all the things because you are a magician and friends with other magicians. And so I've only been doing magic for 5 years now, which actually seems like a lot longer than it would have been. But Deck Sock for the win! Yeah, Deck Sock for the win. So it's an emote. So if I made it an emote. So if you want, you can subscribe, and you too can use the Deck Sock emote. Anyway, so yeah. So Matt Magic, I'm just gonna say a bunch of inside baseball stuff that maybe other magicians in chat will understand, but nobody else will understand. So yeah, I like classic version of Triumph, Dive Vernon. I do Zero Shuffle. We do Daryl's Display, and then yeah, everything else. So anyway, inside baseball. There you go. Magicians may know, nobody else probably will. Okay, cool. But yeah, so I mostly just do sleight of hand card magic. I enjoy sleight of hand card magic. I do know some math card magic, but I don't enjoy that as much. And I'm just like, if I'm just gonna do a stream, I'm gonna do what I enjoy. And there's nothing to like, look, math card magic, perfectly great to get people into, and it's definitely a good stepping stone for people who like don't know sleights. And so, I don't want to bash on that. It's just, I just like doing sleight of hand. That's just what I prefer. My favorite sleight is Elmsley Count. I'll let you know that. I've studied the Elmsley Count a lot. Actually, yeah, 5 years, long time. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if you have seen something like this, but this is something that I came up with because I sometimes don't have tactility. But let me demonstrate it just on stream while you're here. Okay, so normal Elmsley is this, right? And then, so I want to show you this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like a Biddle Elmsley. Super weird. So for everybody else in chat, how many cards are in my hand and how many cards are face up? Because I think a lot of people would say that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in my hand and they're all face down, right? But there's, yeah, if anybody wants to guess, go ahead and drop it in chat. In the interim, I'm just going to clear out the... All right, so let's see. 3 down, 1 up, says Chan. Chan also being a magician here as well. And I said we were going to do shout-outs, which I have not done. So, guys, if you're not following our... So, new friend Matt Magic. I started following Matt Magic like, I think about a month or two ago when we first heard about him. But I heard that Matt Magic has had a couple of streams since, but is a magician. So, please give Matt Magic a follow. Interesting way to do it. I haven't seen it done like that. Yeah, so I love the Elmsley count so much. I came up with another way to do the Elmsley count. Because I haven't seen anybody else do it this way either. So, guys, give Matt Magic a follow. Because Matt Magic was just on the cusp of getting 50 followers to be at the threshold of affiliate, but still early enough. Because I think after Infozar stream yesterday, I think Matt Magic hit like 53 or 54 or something. And so we can give him support Magic Twitch. So there we go. And let's see. We also saw Marshall Silver. So let's give out a... You hit 54! That's so awesome, man. That's so awesome. Guys, you're not following our friend Marshall Silver. Marshall Silver is a variety gamer, plays a lot of different games, but has hopped in a bunch of times, has raided in here a couple times. I actually hopped into Marshall Silver's wedding because he streamed from his wedding. That was crazy. But I've also lurked in a bunch of Marshall Silver stream, and I didn't realize he's a huge fan of Chrono Trigger. So awesome. And then, guys, you're not following our friend Big Ducky Snow. Steven, Big Ducky Snow, has a bunch of different streams, including singing karaoke, productivity streams. But please give our friend Big Ducky Snow, Steven, a follow as well. So, all right, cool. Awesome. Anyway, so to answer the question of how many cards and how many are face up, the correct answer is 5 cards and 2 of them were face up. So, just to get closure for people who have been wondering, that's where we are. All right, cool. Okay, so I know we got a lot of extra bonus stuff, but I believe we are going to be doing a finale trick and then heading out. But once again, thank you to everybody who decided to come out and hang out with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Chan says close enough. Oh, did I? Okay. So, all right. Also, I don't like to end on a trick in which I mess up. So if I was to mess this trick up, we will be doing another finale trick. And that will be that. Also, for anybody who wants to catch more of me and I'm not around, check out my YouTube. I have over 280 sleight of hand I have over 280 magic performances on my channel. All my VODs also end up getting put into that playlist that Chan, thank you for doing that as well. So, yeah, there we go. All right, and then after this trick, or after finale trick, we'll find somebody to raid, and then we will go from there. All right, sounds good? Okay, excellent. All right, here we go. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards here. They're actually all aces. Let me just go ahead and place the red aces down there. So that was one of the red aces. Here's the other red ace. So here's what we've got. So now we have the 2 black aces over here. And I just realized that I didn't give anything away, but I may have to start over. All right. Yeah, let me start. Catalytic 1. Oh, good. I'm going to catch a trick. Welcome in, Catalytic One. How's it going? Full disclosure, I am probably also going to do another trick after this, so maybe you'll get to see 2 tricks. All right, here we go. All right, let's try that again. All right. Yeah, Mulligan. Thanks for the Mulligan, Chan. All right, here we go. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. They are the 4 aces. Well, I'm going to place a red ace here. And then we're going to place another red ace here. And then we have these 2 black aces over here. And this is horrible. I've forgotten how to do this trick, guys. This is no bueno. Because what should be the situation here? All right, we're going to get this right, and then I will do another trick in addition to this, because I am embarrassing myself. Well, I don't really get embarrassed, but if I got embarrassed, this could be embarrassing. So, okay. Let me just run through this really quick. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, and then boom, 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 boom. That is not the right, because it should be like this, boom, boom. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? All right, sorry guys. Oh yeah, Picasso Aces is probably a very good ending. Okay, so, all right, let me once again. I was so close. I was so close. I just didn't, but I did not remember. Okay, boom, 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 and then boom, boom. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Hey, this is the benefit of getting to watch a magician live. You can see the secrets of magic get revealed. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to get it right. But then, because I didn't like how that ended, we're going to do another one. But Picasso Ace is one of my favorites, so I love doing that trick anyway. All right, here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. They are all the aces. I'm going to place the red aces down over here. And we're going to go ahead and place the red aces over here. So now we have the 2 black aces in my hand like this. Now if I go ahead and I grab the 2 red aces, but not physically, just spiritually, and I place them in my hand, you would then expect that the red aces should be in my hand if the logic of the trick follows. Because, look, if I show you now, the red aces are here in my hand. Now, a lot of people think, oh, where are the black aces? They should be over here, right? But what you may not know is that I did not take the black aces and place them here. I literally just took the red aces from here and I placed them here in my hand. So if we take a look over here, there's actually no aces here. These are actually blank. There's actually no aces here. Now, what if I was to take these aces in my hand and just blow them away? Well, those aces are now gone, right? Because look, if I show you, we have no aces here. And that, my friends, is, I would say, a successful performance of B Sisters after messing it up twice. So we'll make that a boss trick. Oh, and if anybody doesn't know what a boss trick is, it's going to be practice for me later. So I'm going to add that to it as a boss trick for later. All right, okay, now let's go and perform the real finale. This one I should hopefully not mess up. I'm going to knock on wood. But anyway, this is one of my favorite tricks. It is a trick by Max Maven, who is no longer with us, but I really enjoy Max Maven's tricks. Also, for inside baseball people, also known as Phil Goldstein. So, let's see here. E-Room says, on phone, internet took a deuce. Oh, waiting for everything to reboot. Oh no, E-Room! Good luck with your internet. Catalytic one for the mind blow. Thank you for the mind blow. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. E-Room, thank you kindly for the claps. And then Vampire Eat says, final finale. Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed. Okay. All right, here we go. So, first things first, I just need to show you that I have a deck of blue-backed cards. These aces, not from this deck, because I want to show you that these are different backed, so that's why I had to spread this deck. So we have red-backed cards, so red-backed ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, and ace of spades. Now, with these aces, what I want to do is something interesting. And let's go ahead and lay them down. Man, I am 0 for 2 today. Maybe we're going to do another trick after this, guys. I've already jinxed myself. And then, yeah, mulligan, thanks, Chan. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Mamma mia. Mia mama. All right. Okay. Final finale, says Vampire Eat. Okay, here we go. Once again, blue-backed deck, red-backed aces. Ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, ace of spades. So with these 4 aces, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and place them separately. And when we lay them separately, we're going to be doing something super interesting. So we're going to try and have all of the aces get collected up here with the ace of spades. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and place each one, place 3 cards onto each pile. So let's go ahead and place 3 onto that pile. We'll place 3 on this pile, place 3 on this pile, and then we'll place 3 on this pile. Let's square up. And here we go. First, you know that there is an ace in this pile. You can still see it because it's right there. But all I have to do is just grab it and swap it for one of the black cards here. And look, all of these cards are blue-backed cards. And if we take a look, none of them are aces because look. And before we knew that there was just the ace of spades that was red-backed here. But now another red-backed ace should be here. So if we go through this, you should be able to see 2 now. So there's blue, red, red, and blue. So now there's 2 and 2. Is that crazy? That's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. Okay, once again, we're going to do that again. Look, we've got the red-backed ace right here. You can still see it right here up until I just pinch it and swap it for a blue-backed card there. Because now, if we take a look, there's no red-backed cards and there's no aces here. And then finally, to that I would say, hey, you're probably wondering if there's shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say you're watching a sleight of hand card magic stream. So look, you'll still see that the ace of diamonds is here. If I place it amongst these cards here, you'll see it from the back because you'll see that it's red. And if I show you the fronts, you'll see it there because it's the ace of diamonds. But if I just were to close this up, and once again I'll do that swap, and I just realized this part doesn't work because you still see that there's a blue card here. And actually, I didn't tell you after this last pile that there was another red card here. So actually, there should be 3 red cards here now. Because look, is that weird? That's super weird. But now all we have to do is do that final swap. I'm going to go ahead and grab it and swap it for that blue back card in there. And so now Chan knows all of my finale tricks. So yeah, well, actually, I was thinking instead of doing that one, Chan, maybe do Imagine. Okay, all right. So here's what now. If you take a look, there are no red-backed cards here. They're all blue-backed. And if we show you the faces, none of them are aces. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Okay, and now if we take a look here, they all should be red. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 red back cards, and they are all 4 aces. The ace of diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I would say is a successful performance of this, but after I messed it up once, and I'm like, ah, this is one of my favorite tricks. How could I mess this one up? How could I? How could I? Guys, I don't know if you understand what agony I'm in. I don't know if it's just the slight pressure that there was another magician in chat. Uh, Silent Bunny, hello, how's it going? Welcome in, Silent Bunny. How do you do? Silent Bunny has redeemed and Ask Me Anything. Are you any good at poker? Silent Bunny, I will let you know that I like poker. I have played it before. I am probably no good at bluffing. And now I don't think anybody would ever let me handle cards. But I will let you know, if I can handle cards, I would probably be amazing. If I can't handle cards, I will say I'll probably just be average. Like, I can play a few good hands here and there, but I think over the long haul, I'm probably not very good. Like, I would not be good enough to watch, like, play poker. Like, I'm not World Series of Poker, like, level. But anyway, welcome in, Silent Bunny. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hopefully that answers your question. I see the lull. Guys, you're not following our friend Silent Bunny. Please give Silent Bunny a follow. Silent Bunny plays a lot of retro Legend of Zelda. I've also been seeing you've been playing other Zelda games as well. And also Silent Bunny is a mod for Unfocused on IA. So please give our friend Silent Bunny a follow. Man, Chan has beat me. Chan beat me to the shout out again. Chan, you're too good. You're too good. All right. All right. Cool. So that was another failed attempt at a finale. All right, guys. Maybe I'll just go through all the Okay. Knock on wood. I'm not gonna mess this one up. I'm good. Thanks. Hope you've been well. Thanks, Silent Bunny. Yeah, I've been pretty well. About a month ago, it was a little bit rough, but it was because I lost my cat. So my cat passed away. My cat passed away because she was old, and so yes. No pressure now, says Vampire Eat. I know, right? Well, the good news is that those of you who are still here, you guys get to see me do like the gauntlet of what I normally do as of ending my stream. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, no worries, Silent Bunny. Thank you for the condolences. But otherwise, that was probably like the worst thing. Everything else has been fine or good. So, but hopefully you've been doing well. I think I hopped into like one of your streams like a couple months ago, probably. I only lurked. And honestly, it was just on in the background. But yeah, I don't think I've not been hanging out in as many Twitch streams as much because I'm a dad to a 3-year-old and I work 40 hours per week and I've been working like a little bit more lately. And dealing with like outside stuff because it was summer and I'm just like But anyway, maybe in the winter I'll find some more time. I do have some like vacation time coming up at the end of like the year, like November, December time frame. But all right, cool. All right, guys. So maybe this will be the proper finale. Okay, so what I want to do is I want you guys to imagine. I just want you to imagine this trick. Okay, so I want you to imagine that this trick, there are a bunch of jokers here. I want you to imagine that there are so there's 1, 2, just 3 jokers and a queen of clubs, and I just want you to imagine that that the jokers are blue backed and that the queen of clubs is red backed. I just want you to imagine that, okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. I want you to imagine that I'm going to be taking the queen of clubs. Okay? I want you to imagine that I take the Queen of Clubs and I place it underneath the table, and I'm going to throw it through the table, through the mat, back into my hand, because that's what I've actually already done. I mean, did you imagine that? Because some people would say that when you imagine things in your mind, it is basically just as good as experiencing it. Right? Because take a look. Take a look. It is now back in here. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Now, I just want you to imagine me doing that again. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, place it on the table, throw it through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. And look, it's going to just reappear. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? And you know, I know it's getting frustrating. Let me just do it one more time. I'm going to throw it through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. And here it is. Is that strange or what? And if you said, or what? That's right. Now, I did tell you at the beginning that I wanted you to imagine that this was the Queen of Clubs, right? And so, what you may not know is that your imagination plays a very strong part in how you perceive things, whether it's in your life or on the screen right now. Because if I show you, you imagine that Queen of Clubs very well. Because actually, if you look at what's really on this card, there's actually nothing on this card, because I asked you to imagine the Queen of Clubs. If you were here, you could look at this card too, and you would be able to tell that there's nothing here. But these three jokers, of course, they were real, right? Or did I also tell you to imagine these cards as well? Did you also imagine that there were jokers? Because there we have. And I will finally call that a successful first try of a trick for my finale trick. And we'll call that a successful finale. Oh my god. Alright, well, that was... Thank you kindly for the applause. I almost feel like I have to do like my disclaimer and stuff all over again. Guys! If you did not know... Oh my god, I wasn't even typing because I didn't click. Guys, you did not know. Everything that you see here on stream is sleight of hand magic. I have not made any deals with the devil, or it's not black magic, or sorcery. But even if it was true, it's a great cover story. Maybe that's why I messed up a bunch of these tricks, just to show you that, you know, to convince you. There's this concept of convincers in magic, where I try and convince you of something just by showing you something. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Vampire Eat, Catalytic One, E-Room, Silent Bunny. Whew. Thanks for the... Alright. Vampire Eats it. It's all magic to me. As a vampire, I only do necromancy. I don't know why you have to sound like an old person. But actually, if you are practicing necromancy, chances are you're probably over hundreds of years old anyway. So this voice is probably appropriate. Anyway. Alright. Okay. Let's see. We did answer the AMA, I believe. And the vampire. I'm not very good at poker. CPR is kind of like necromancy if you think about it. Oh, man. I guess I'm something of a necromancer myself, says Silent Bunny. Alright, let's see here. Okay, and with that, that was a finale. I'm going to try and find somebody to raid, and then we'll call that a stream. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming to hang out with me tonight. My apologies for accidentally messing up a bunch of tricks and extending the stream. I'm sure people who are here are not complaining. Between seeing more magic, seeing me mess up, and being like, oh, okay, he is human, or I'm convincing you that I'm human, maybe seeing some secrets of magic, you know, all sorts of benefits to me going along, right? Let's see. Thanks for the stream. Finally caught the finale. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you you hopped in, Silent Bunny. Pun intended. I just realized this is my stream, so I can do what I want. So There we go. Let's see. No worries. I've been there many times. Yeah. I mean, look, I've seen all of the magicians that I've seen on Twitch. We have all messed up, and it's obviously it happens. But the best thing you could do is learn from it, practice it for next time. Get redemption, and that's kind of like my redemption arc. Okay, so my once again, my browser is not having it when both. All right, hold on. Let me close this. Let me open Twitch over here in this browser. And then let me see here. All right. Who is... Oh my god. I am not logged in over here. Jeez. Please bear with me, guys. Sucks when mess up on stream. So a few streams ago, I had this thing where I was trying to raid out, and then OBS died because I was just trying to open up like Twitch just to see what was going on. Like, I was like, holy crap. And I would like to think my computer is not that bad. I got my computer to be a little bit beefy because to do video editing. And so that's like the intent. So anyway. All right. Also, let me pull up this spreadsheet and see who we can raid, who maybe we've never raided before, whom we haven't raided in a while, perhaps. All right. Okay. Spreadsheet is up. Twitch is up in a browser where it's not failing. Oh my god, this has been such a weird struggle. Oh, I just tried to maximize my Twitch browser, and it is kind of failing a little bit. Can I scroll? Okay, now it's working. I don't know. This just does not give me faith in what is going. Okay, let's see here. Where do I want to go? We have... Okay, there's actually... Okay, yeah, alright. I think I found who I want to raid. Let's make sure that... Actually, let me make sure they're going to be going on for a little while. And... Let me see. I have raided this person once, and this was back in March. So yeah, it's been a while. So let's go ahead and raid them. All right. Sorry, I had to go through. Okay, all right. Thanks, Chan. All right. So I think I figured out who we're raiding. We are going to be raiding Yina. So that's who we'll raid. If you would like to copy a raid call and come along with us on the raid, there's a raid call there. And if you're subbed, you can get this raid call. A raid spreadsheet is such a good octane. Oh, not only that, Silent Bunny, I have a spreadsheet. It's basically for like streaming stuff. So it has like all the links for stuff. It has the number of tricks that I've done. It has like a bunch of other things. So yeah, feel free to copy that. We will start a raid there now. And so Yina is a pianist. I've raided there once. I've come in a few times, but I like K-pop, and there's K-pop on Yina's song list. Also, last I checked, Yina was also Twitch staff, so just heads up. But otherwise, it's like nice, relaxing piano music to hang out to. Also, fun personality. So, all right, guys. Yeah, let's. For anybody who is still around, thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys had fun. I certainly had fun, despite messing up a bunch at the end. Everybody take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. And everybody have a glorious night. Have a glorious week. And we'll hopefully see you guys around. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next time. Bye.